Dear students, welcome to this session. We are going to discuss the linked list ADT in this video. Similar to the arrays, stack, queue, the list ADT also used for storing a list of elements. It is also a linear data structure like array, stack, queue used for storing a list of elements. Actually, the linked list is an alternate to an array. This is an alternate to an array. So, point to be noted is linked list is a linear data structure which is used for store a list of elements, and it is an alternate to an array. Similar to that array, we can store the list of elements. So to store the list of elements of the same type, we are already having the array. Why should we go for the concept of the list? It means what is the drawback in that array? Okay, and what is the need of going forward the linked list concept, that we will discuss. Suppose in that array, if we want to store a list of elements, we will declare usually what? A of 4. Okay, and then the 4 memory locations will be created like this. Continuously what? The memory will be created like this. 0, 1, 2 and then what? 3 like this. Suppose if we are storing some 4 numbers, so for example 5, 10 and 15 and then what? 20. We need to what? Store like what? A of 0 equal to 5 and A of 1 equal to 10. So if you are storing the numbers like this 5, 10, 15, so these numbers will be located into this location. And then we need to know that memory allocation for that A. The memory will be created for the elements in the adjacent memory locations. It means if this address is the 110, address of the next element will be what? 114. So 114 means what? Depends on the size of the first box. Size of the first box means what? It is an integer. Integer will take what? 4 bytes. So that one next one will be what? 114. The next 4 bytes will be used for the next number. So that what? Next address will be what? 118 and then 122. So that what? So 4 into 4, 16 bytes memory locations will be created continuously, started from what? 110. That A array name containing the address of what? First element. That is what? 110. So this is the memory structure for what? Integer array. So like this, the same 4 elements, if you want to store in a list, how it will be stored? Okay, so how it will be stored means, here the thing is what? The 4 elements 5, 10, 15, 20 will not be stored continuously. Okay, it will be distributed over the memory. It means 5 may be what? Located in some location, that is here 5 in 110. The 10 can be will be stored in some other location, not in the adjacent location. So 15 will be stored some in the 2/10th location. And then what? The 10 may be stored in that another location, for example 310 location. Okay, so next the 20 may be stored in that another location, 4/10th location. Okay, so the elements will be distributed over the memory, but logically the elements will be what? Linked together, that form a list ADT. Okay, so if we are storing the elements in different memory location, it is looking like what? A normal variable int A1, A2, A3, A4, but not like that. If even if that elements are distributed over the memory, okay, the elements are going to be linked in some way. Linked in some way means what? Here the first element in that list, what? The 5. Okay, the next element in the list, if we want to set as the 10, okay, in the next element, if you want to set as the 10, I need to inform the 110 who is the next in that list. Who is the next means what? This 10. So that 10 memory location, that is a 310, that information I need to store to here. So 310. It means that the element 5, it is containing that element data value along with it containing the address of the next element. Address of the next element means the diagrammatically we have to what? Put this link. It means that the 10 is pointing to what? This node like this. Similarly, the 5 is pointing to what? This node like this. The next what? The 10 next node is what? 15. So we have to inform that 15 is your next like this. It means the 15th address needs to be what? Stored to here. That is a 210. So that this is the next to what? This. Okay. So for the 310, the next node is what? 210 like this. Similarly, the 15 containing the address of what? Another, that is a 20. 20 address is what? 410. The 410th will be there in that address. So that this link will be created. Okay. So this is the end of the list 20. Okay, so further there is no node. So there is no node means it is pointing to what? Null node. So okay, it is what called as a null node. So does not contain any word address. Okay, so now this list A containing the two type of informations. One is that who is the first, that is first address is what? 110. Okay, and how many nodes are there? Okay, how many nodes are there means what? 4. Okay, so if you are declaring a array, okay, the memory will be created like this. If you are declaring a list, for example, list A, okay, so that A containing what? The starting address and total number of elements. Starting address means what? F, and then the size, okay, total number of elements. So here the F containing the first element, okay, 5. The 5 also containing the address of what? Next element. Okay, so in the linked list, each element is called as a node. Is called as what? Node. The node containing the two kinds of information basically. One is the data or that element. Another one is the address of the next element. Okay, so two kinds of the data, two kinds of the value stored in each node. One is the actual data, another one is what? The next. Okay, so this is the structure for what? The list. So what is the advantage of what? Storing that elements in different memory location and linking and this style? If you are storing, what is that advantage? What is the drawback in that array? So one drawback is what? That array we need to what? Specify the size in advance. Okay, how many elements you wanted to store, that need to be what? Specified in advance, but that is not needed for the list. So if you want to create a list, you need to just create list A like this. If you want to create an array, we have to specify the size. The size need not to be mentioned. It means in the list we can store any number of elements. There is no restriction, because during the element insertion, by the time only the memory for that element will be created. It means that here this type memories will not be created in the compile time. By the time of inserting a new element to that A, by the time only what? The memory for that element will be created. It means if you want to add one more element in that list 25, it is possible now. Okay, so by that time the new set of memory will be created for the 25. Okay, that node address will be what? Added at the end. Okay, that will be linked to the list. Okay, But in that array, if we want to insert one more element, here we have fixed the sizes 4. In between, during that execution of the program, if you want to add the fifth element, it is not possible. So if you want to add the 25 to this list means it is not possible, because the size is restricted. So dynamically we cannot increase the size of an array, but in the list dynamically we can increase, dynamically we can insert the data. So there is no restriction in size. The size is depending on your the RAM size. Okay, so during the running time, it will create the memory and then it will store that element, and that node will be linked to the list. Like that it will create. Okay, here dynamically we cannot increase the size. That is one advantage of the list over that array. The next one is deletion. Suppose if you don't want the 15, in between, if you want to delete one element from that array, for example, if you want to delete that 15, what you can do means, just I can I need to use some procedure. It means that I need to make this an empty. I need to rotate all the elements after that 15. That 20 have to be shifted to here. After that element should to be shifted to here, like that. So that 5, 10 and 20 and empty space will be there. But the thing is, the 15 is possibly to be deleted from the array. Okay, we can delete it by shifting the elements. But the thing is, even that 15 is deleted, the memory allotted for that 15 cannot be released in that array. Okay, the size will be only the 4. Even that array containing only the 3 elements after 15, after deleting the 15, the memory allotted for that 15 is not able to be released or deleted. It means that the 20 is shifted, so these empty locations will be still there. So dynamically you cannot delete an memory for an element. But in that case, if you don't want some element, for example, if you want to delete the 15, simply that memory allotted for the 15, okay, the memory allotted for that 15 will be deleted. It will be freed. So it means that just it will change this link to this link. The rotation also not needed. Okay, just it will change the link to here. This link and this link will be cut, and this link will be created, and this memory will be released dynamically. So that is the second point. So dynamically you cannot increase the size of an array. Similarly, dynamically you cannot delete the element, delete the memory for that element. Similarly, but in the list, dynamically you can insert the data, dynamically you can delete the data, free that element. Okay, you may ask this question that if you are creating dynamic arrays, that is int star a, and then a equal to new int of 4, like that if you are creating. Okay, this is a dynamically only it is created, so why can't we dynamically delete? So we can delete dynamically. Dynamically means we can apply the delete of a. Delete of a means the entire memory will get deleted. So what I am saying is, a particular element, if you don't want in that array, that particular element memory is not able to be deleted. So you can only delete the entire memory location if you are creating an array dynamically. But even if it is a dynamic array, I cannot release that memory for a particular element. Okay, but in that list, every element memory is going to be created dynamically by the time of inserting an element, so that element memory alone can be released. Okay, similarly we cannot even if you create the memory dynamically here, if you want to increase the size means I need to again use the new operator, that is a equal to new int of 10, like that. By the time what is happening, the existing memory locations will be get deleted. Okay, it will be freed. Instead another new set of 10 memory locations will be created. That address will be assigned to that A. It means we will lose that original data 5, 15 and 20 and 30. Suppose in that, after storing some elements to here, Okay, if you are storing again what, a equal to new int of what, 10, like that, it means that you are increasing the size dynamically. If you are saying like this, it means that if it will create the 10 other memory locations in some other locations, it means that we are losing the original memory location 110. So these memory locations may be created in the 210th memory locations. That address will be stored to that A. So in that we are losing this original information. So that, but it is also what, not possible. Dynamically what, we cannot but increase the size of the existing array. Dynamically we cannot delete an particular element memory, but both is possible in what, the list data structure. Apart from this advantages, okay, what we can say that advantage of array over the list means array is a indexed data structure. Indexed data structure means randomly you can access the elements by using that index. Okay, if you want to access the second element, I can access it. Okay, a of what, 2. But here the list is not an indexed data structure. The list will know only the address of the first element. It will know, it know how many elements are there in the list, but he doesn't know what about that elements stored, what element value stored in the list, like that. Suppose if you want to access the second element, means I cannot go directly to the second element. I need to ask the first element who is the second element. So 310. Then we have to go here. If I need to go to the third element, again I have to travel from the first, because he know the list know only the first address. I need to ask the first node whether you are the first third node. Then he by referring that address of the next node, I need to go there. Here by referring the address of this node, I have to what, go to that third node. These are some summary of the array and what, the list data structure. Okay, so first point, size in that array, the size needs to be what, fixed in advance, but in the list the size need not to be specified in the advance. Okay, similarly we cannot increase the size dynamically for that array, but here we can increase the size of the list dynamically. It means whenever we need to store the data, we can store without seeing the size. So here similarly, if we delete an element from that array, it is possible to delete, but what, that memory cannot be what, deleted. Particular element, if you delete, that element memory will not be what, released in that array. But what, in that list, if you don't want a particular element, that memory for that element also get what, get deleted. And one drawback in that list is what, accessing the elements. In that array data structure, it is an indexed data structure, so that what, we may access the elements randomly by using its index. If you want to access the nth element, we can use a of what, n, like this. Okay, but in that list, if you want to access the nth element, I need to go by one from what, the beginning, first, second, third, like that. You have to what, travel all the n-1 elements. Then only we can reach what, nth element in the list. And how the memory will be created for that array and a list, explained here. Okay, the array is a built-in data structure available in all the programming languages. But the list data structure, if you want to use in your application, okay, so we need to what, create the list first. We have to design the list. It is not built-in available in the language C and C++. But when you go for the Java or C in Java or C Sharp, okay, the list editor is built-in available. But in the C++ and C language, the list editor is not available. So if you want to use it, you have to what, create the list editor first. So in this video, we are going to discuss how to create the list editor in the C++ language. If you talk about that ADT, we need to define the storage plus what are the operations. Okay, when you look at that ADT here list, so here this memory is, the memory for that elements is going to be what, created dynamically only. so that during that object creation of that list, during the object creation of the list, this element memory will not be there, because the size is not going to be what specified. Instead, what memory will be created means what, only what the memory for storing elements and size of the list. Only the two memory have to be what created during the list creation. Okay, no other memory is required. Okay, so storage is what, only two variables I need to add into that A. Okay, so one variable is store the address of the first element, and second variable to store the size of what, the element. So now come to that type of the node. Okay, type of the element. So what should be the type of the element? Here it is called as what, node. The node type is not built-in available in the C++, because this is going to store the two kinds of the information. Okay, that I will explain how to create that. Now you come to this, that is the storage is what, address of the first element, and then what, the size. Only that I needed. So address of first element and size. Okay, so these are the two memories I needed, okay, for representing a list. Another one is what are the operations. Okay, in that array data structure, okay, so if we want to insert an element, we can use the index. Okay, there is no need to write a separate procedure, but here we need to write a separate procedure for what, inserting an element. But there is no restrictions for inserting an element, like what, a stack and what, a queue. So in the stack and queue, it is using a special order for inserting an element, but here there is no restrictions on inserting and deleting an element. So wherever you want to insert, you can insert. Wherever you want to delete what element, whatever the element you want to delete, you can delete it. But the thing is what, for every operations you need to write the code. Okay, that operations is not available what, built in. So I need to what, define a set of standard operations to be performed with what, the list. Okay, so first you consider that adding a new element, inserting a new element. Okay, here only push and enqueue in that stack and queue available for inserting an element, but here up to us to define what insertion operation. So any kind of what insertion you can define. So you can go with inserting an element at the end of the list. Insert end. So it means that this operation may be used for inserting an element at the end of the list. Similarly, I can define another operation, insert front. This operation may be used for inserting an element at the front of the list. Okay, wherever you wanted to, end of the list, if you want to insert, you can insert. In the beginning, if you want to insert, you can insert. So for that, I need to define the different operations. Okay, suppose if you want to insert an element as a fourth element, in the fourth location, if you want to insert that also, what, you can add it. So insert at, okay, like that you can add it. Similarly, what insert at means what, I have to pass that position also. Okay, in this position you add the fourth element, 15, you add it in this location, fifth location, fourth location, like that. But location also what, you can send it. Similarly, what, any kind of what insertion you can add. Basically you start with what, insert end, insert front, and insert what, at. Similarly, what, if you want to delete a particular element, okay, you can define the procedure, delete last, okay, and delete first, okay, and delete element, search an element. Delete means what, here you can pass what, value. The value will be get searched from the list, that can be what, deleted. Like that we can what, delete the delete element. You can name it as what, delete element. These are all the user defined names only. Okay, we are going to define these functions. Okay, so similarly there is no restriction in adding any number of functions. Okay, and then if you want to delete the element from the particular position, we can add what? Delete at. So we can add pass the position. From that position, if you want to delete, you can what? Delete. In addition to that, display the content of a list, and then we can add for searching an element, search whether that particular element is present in the list or not. Okay, and then element at, if you want to know that element present at a particular position. So insert at means a particular position if you want to insert. Delete at means if you want to delete a particular element at a particular position. So if you need that element alone at a particular location, I need to again what? Write a code element at. Okay, but in that array, if you want the second element, a of what? 2. But here if you want the second element, I have to call this function element at like this. Okay, so similarly we can define any number of what functionalities. Okay, we are going to discuss any that is this basic operations, how to add these basic operations with what? The list. So we have chosen that storage, and we have what? Defined decided what are the operations are going to be what added into that list. Now we will start writing the list creation. I have to start with the class. Okay, so I am going to name it as the list. Okay, the list. So the storage private. The storage is what? We have selected the storage as what? Address of first element, and then what? The size. Okay, so now we need to identify the type of the storage. Size of the list means what? Number of elements, that we can fix it as what? Integer. Okay, and then what is the type of what? The element. Okay, address of type of the address of the first element. For that we need to look at this one. Okay, here it is containing that address. So I can mention this s as the size as the integer and f as the pointer. Okay, so that I need to use size as integer, int size. Okay, and that f as what? The f is what? Like address. Address means it's containing address of the first element. So that you can use it star f. Okay, but we need to think about it, what type of address it is going to store. It is be clear, it is not going to store the address of an integer, correct? It is going to store an address of what? This entire, that is what? 5 and 310. The 5 and 310 is going to be stored in a single variable. Okay, that variable address is going to be stored into what? F. Okay, so the f is not an address of an integer like element. Okay, so this is going to store the address of a node. Node means what? Containing the two kind of the data and what? The next, correct? Address of the next element. Be clear, it containing the two kinds of the storage, that is a data. One is the element, another one is the next. So what is the type of the data? Is an integer. Okay, so if you want to create the list for the integers, means it may be the integer. It is depending on the size type, for which type you are going to create the list. Okay, if you want to create the list for storing the integers alone, the data size type should be what? The int. And what should be the type of what? And the next, it is an address of what? Another node. It is also a node. So that what? It should be that pointer. What type means what? Node, correct? So here the node data type is actually is not built-in available in the language. So here two different kind of, one is an integer, another one is address. Two kind of information if you want to store in a single variable. Okay, I need to go for the concept of what? A structure. Okay, I need to define a new type in the name of what? A node, which containing one member as the integer, another member is what? Address. Okay, so that first I have to design that data structure, define the data structure. So data type, that type have to be used here. Very clear. So first let us define the type, okay, the new data type capable of storing one integer, one address. Okay, so that we are going to add here struct I am going to name the new data type as the node. It is not built-in type, new user defined type node. Here I am going to add the members. There are two members for that. One is the data, another one is what? The next. Data and what? Next. So just I am going to use that data. Another one is the next. Okay, and what is the type of the data means what? Data is the integer. Another type of the next is the address of the next node. So that need to be declared as what? Int. Okay, and this should be that address. Address means what? It should be a pointer. Okay, what type of address means the node address, so that it should be again a node. Okay, so int data and then node star and next. So that this data type is depending on for which type you are going to create the list. So integer list means what? This is integer. Float list means it is a float. Generic list means it is a generic. Like that you have to what? Define. So now you come to that f. F is what? Address of the first node. Node means I have to mention that node here. Okay, so that is what? Node star f, like this. And then I have to add all the members. Public. The first one is the list constructor. In that constructor I no need to what? Pass any argument, because the size need not to be mentioned. In the stack and queue we are mentioning the size, but it is not required here. Okay, so we can define the default constructor like this. Okay, so during that object creation, that is a list A, like that if you are creating, okay, list A like that if you are creating, the A, F and S should be initialized with what? S should be that 0. Initially it is what? No elements, so it should be a 0. So whenever we are inserting an element, it will get incremented. Okay, the F containing the address of the first element, since there is no first element, it is also what? Null. So I have to what? Initialize these two data members within what? The constructor. F equal to what? Null. Okay, and then the size equal to 0. So like that we have to what? Initialize the data members. Okay, we don't need what? The destructor now. Okay, so first we have to add all the operations, required operations. Okay, so we will add the operations one by one. First you come to what? The insert front. Okay, this is the simplest operation, that is insert front, and then we will test these functions by adding some elements, inserting elements always at the front, and we will display the content of what? The list. We will test this one. First you come to that insert front. How to define that insert front? So insert front means what is the input I needed for that insert front? So the input needed for that element to be what? Inserted. Element to be inserted means what? I need to pass only that data, not that node. The node is going to be created dynamically only. Okay, so that I need to pass only that data. The data type is what? Int. So int. So input is only that int. Okay, so the position need not to be mentioned, because the insert front is going to insert that element at the front of the list. And then what should be the return type means the insertion is success or not. Okay, so that is what? Boolean. Okay, Boolean insert front of what? Int, like this we can insert it. Okay, so we can add that functions one by one to this what? Class. First we will discuss this function definition, then come to what? Other functions. Let us define other functions also. Okay, we will add the prototype. Later on we will discuss one by one. Okay, the next function is the insert end. The insert end function also what? It is going to insert an element. So the input is what? One integer. The position no need to pass. It is what? By at the end of the list it is going to be inserted. So the return type is a boolean. Next insert at. Insert at means I need to mention that element. This is the integer, the element. Okay, and comma I need to pass two kind of information. That is, one is the element to be inserted, new element, and then the element to be inserted at which position. So second argument is what? The position. The position is nothing but what? It is an integer only. The first 1, 2, 3 like that. What you have to what say? That is the position is a integer. So that I need to pass the position. So that also what? Int. There is no index, explicit index is maintained for what? In the list. So we need to consider first element is the first position, second element is the second position, like that. So if you want to insert an element as a third element, means after the second element I need to insert the third one. So if I want to insert a 15 in the third, means 15 comma 3, like that you have to pass. So return type is the boolean, success or what? Failure. The next is the element at. Element at means that it is going to what? Retrieve that element which is presented at a particular position. So that I need to pass the position as the input. Okay, I need to pass the position as the input. So int one is the position. Okay, another one is what? Int is the position. The next one is only one input, but that is two kind of output. One is a success or not, that is a boolean. Okay, another one output is what? The deleted element value. So element value means that also one output. So I need to pass one output variable, that is int ampersand. It is going to bring that value which is present at the location. So this one is the location and this one is what? That element. Okay, this return type is what? Success or failure. Okay, so this is the input and this is the output, and this is also another output. Next, delete front. The delete front is going to delete the element which is presented at the first. So that operation is success or not is the return value. Okay, but there is no input, because position is need not to be passed here. There is no input, but there is another output, the deleted element value we need. Okay, so which element is deleted from the front side? Okay, that element value I need. That element value means what? Int ampersand. So output variable we are passing here. Only one, there is no input, but two kinds of the output. One is a deleted element, another one is what? Success or not. Okay, be clear that output element type is depending on the node type. Here if it is a generic type, here also what? The generic type. Okay, the next, delete end. The element which is presented at last is going to be deleted by calling what? Delete end. So here as usual it is having the boolean return type and one output argument int ampersand, deleted element. The next, delete at. Delete at means at a particular position. Okay, we have to pass the input as a position. Okay, which in this position what? The element which is the whatever the element that is going to be what? Deleted. So that what? I need to pass the input position and return type is what? Boolean, success or not. So in that position what element is presented, that also what? How to be returned as a output. So which element is get deleted. So one input is that position and output is what? The element which is presented at the position. So int ampersand. Okay, So here this is the input, that is a position. Another one is what? Output, which element is presented at the position. The next, search. Search for a particular element. Search for a particular element. So I have to pass that element int, okay, and then if it is present or not. So this is up to you how you are going to design the search. Okay, here I am going to design like what? The element I am going to pass as an input, and then I am going to say that the position and the element is found or not. So boolean. Okay, so or we can modify the search as what? If it is found, we can also obtain the position of what? That element, where it is presented, like that we can do that. But simply I am going to search that element whether it is present or not. The next, delete element. It means that a particular element need to be searched first, then that should get what? Deleted. It means that I need to pass the element, not the position. Okay, here delete at the position we are passing, but here the element, what element to be deleted, that is going to be passed as some input, and then there is no output, because that element explicitly we are mentioning as part input. Okay, so here we need to say whether that element is get deleted or not. So boolean. So here it is only that element value that needs to be searched, and it should get what? Deleted. If it is not present in the list, it will return the false, delete. And then finally what? Display. No output. It is going to print the elements directly on the screen. Okay, no input, void. Okay, it is going to print that elements directly on the screen. Okay, so here we have created a class list. Okay, so if you are creating an object for the list, this will be initialized. F will be with null, size will be what? 0. The element will be added one by one by calling this functionality. How to define these functions one by one will explain in the next videos. Okay, thank you.